Today we're going to answer a common question that some of my middle schoolers struggle with, which is why do we start at the 0 on the ruler instead of the number 1? Find an empty space on your paper and put your ruler across it. I want for you to draw a line, but we're not going to start in this empty space right here. The real measurement, or the real line that we're going to draw, is actually starting at the very first long line. I can put a little dot above the long line. And from this dot that I've put, I want for you to hold down the ruler with your other hand. If you're right-handed, you're going to be holding it down this way and drawing that away, okay? Because I'm left-handed, I hold mine down with the right hand. Now that we've put a dot above this line, which is the 0, draw a line to the 1 and put a dot. And then draw a line to the 2 and put a dot. This is actually 2 inches. Whenever we did our exercise earlier, whenever I said to draw a 2-inch box, many of you only did a 1-inch box because you started at the 1 and went to the 2. When in reality, 1 inch is from the 0 to the 1. From the 0 to the 1 is 1 inch. From the 0 to the 1 to the 2 is 2 inches. Every time you start at the 1 and measure, you're skipping an entire inch. This area right here is 1 inch. This area right here is 2 inches. So why is this important? It's important because there are actually measurements that are smaller than 1 inch. Let's talk about half of an inch. So if I cover this area and I cover this small area right here, the line that is in the middle, this one here, that is half of an inch. Let's practice drawing a line that is only half of an inch long. Put a dot above the 0, and then draw a line to half of an inch and put a dot above half of an inch. Now let's make this a whole inch. Line this back up. Continue from that dot all the way to the 1 and put another dot. Half an inch plus half an inch equals 1 whole inch. Let's practice this another way. Slide your ruler down some more. Let's draw another line from the 0 to half of an inch. Put a dot above your 0. Draw a line to half of an inch and put another dot. Now, for the sake of practice, slide your ruler over and line up the 0, this long line here. That is the official 0. Line your dot up with this line and go from the 0 to half of an inch and put a dot. We just did another 1/2 plus 1/2. Now I want for you to check and line your ruler up with it to know that this is a whole inch right here. I want you to understand that whenever you skip the 0, when you measure, you really are skipping a whole inch. this area is 1 inch. So whenever we draw a measurement such as a 3-inch long line, you need to start at the 0, put a dot above your 0, and then draw to the 1, but keep going because it's going to be 3 inches this time. Keep drawing to the 2, keep on going, drawing to the 3, and put a dot. For some of our bell ringers, I'm going to tell you to draw a rectangle that is 3 inches wide, but only 1/2 inch tall. So now that we have 3 inches wide, you need to, I'll zoom out to show you that I'm turning my paper. You now need to turn your paper long ways and line your ruler back up. Can do it right here. I'll zoom back in. I'm going to put my line at the 1/2 inch and draw from the 0 to 1/2 inch here. And then if I zoom out, I'll just show you what I'm doing. I can move my ruler here with the line at 1/2 inch and draw from the 0 to 1/2 inch there. Then when I turn my paper back this way, I'll complete my rectangle with the 3-inch bottom. Now we have made a rectangle that is 1/2 inch tall, and I can check it. If I turn my ruler long ways, it is, well, I gotta lay it down better. I'll do it over here. I don't have a lot of room on this table, IRL. It is 1/2 inch tall and 3 inches wide. And this is going to be important because our bell ringers will be like, okay, draw a rectangle that's 1/2 inch tall by 3 inches wide, and then number it 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'll want you to do a fade with a certain color. You want it to only be 1/2 inch tall, because if you accidentally made it 1 inch tall, I'll show you. Let's say you weren't paying attention today and you did 1 inch tall by 3 inches wide. I'll show you, it's a huge difference. 1 inch tall by 3 inches wide means that you would be doing double the amount of space and double the amount of work. There's a huge difference between 1/2 inch tall and a 1/2 inch tall. Then you would have to fill in with your colored pencil twice the amount of space if you did a 1 inch tall by 3 inch wide rectangle. That's 1/2 inch. This is 1/2 inch. I'm never going to tell you to do a 1/2 inch tall by 3 inch wide bell ringer. It's always going to be this one, guys.